Hey, Dr. Mono, how you doing? The new thing is, Final Fantasy 14. We're gonna start it. I'm starting a new character, so y'all can see the story from the start. And I didn't know this was a feature for a while, but you can see the original intro for A Realm Reborn. Here it is. So this is how Final Fantasy 1.0 ended, or 14 1.0. Because the game was so bad, they had to like literally destroy the world and remake it. So this was the very end of that game. How you doing, Dr. Mono? So they, the Imperials were trying to bring the moon down to destroy the continent, and it turns out, well, yeah, this is the result of that effort. Just a big old fight. Is the Empire. Dope. These cinematics always look really cool. There goes his helmet. Oh! That looks so cool. Hey, it's Sid. God, he looks so young. There's the moon. Turns out it's not actually a moon. It was a prison. Insane. Yeah, it was a prison for a big dragon from like an old civilization, and they just put it up in the sky, and well, he's free now, so that's bad news bears for everybody. If a big dragon was like towering over me like that, I would probably just die at that point. Yeah, it's very big and scary. Hey, they're fighting back. Hey, Sean, what's going on? Just watching the intro for Final Fantasy XIV when they relaunched the game. Yeah, he did. All right, this is the game. God, I don't know why my eye twitches so much. Yoshitaka Amano. Dun, dun, dun. And the world is okay somehow. Yeah, I know her. And them. And that guy. No more sugar mama to buy me subs. Alright, thank you for the sub, Sean. God, this game was nuts. It is still very cool, but like, for it to come back from 1.0 is, I can't believe how well it did. Hey, it's a behemoth. And there's the main characters. Oh my god. This song. This song is in like the most recent raids. I cannot believe that that's the case. Holy shit. It's a chocobo. Look at them chickens. Look at all those chickens. Naoki Yoshida, Yoshi P, baby. Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. God. This is what the original title screen looked like. It's cool, you can actually look at the intro for each expansion. Which maybe we'll do that later, but for now, I gotta make a new character because I want to show y'all the story of the game. Because it's real good. Play it Forder. Oh man, I don't remember making these characters. New character. Make a new character. I did decide earlier that I'm going to make a bunny man. The big issue that I have with this, you can't make a female Hrothgar, first of all, which I think they're going to add that eventually. But also, what's the other thing? So Cure, that's human, right? You get your male, female. And then you get to pick, like, each race has like 2 subdivisions. So there's Midlander. Oh, I forgot you can change the lighting. And there's also Highlander. And this is the only race that has such a drastic difference between the two. The Highlanders are beefier. Let me see if I can find the hair. They just angrier looking, tougher. Pick vampire, Mexican ninja. You want me to make a Mexican ninja vampire? I don't. There aren't any. Well, there's a ninja actually. There's a ninja class, but it takes a while to get it, and also there's no Mexican vampires in Final Fantasy. They're more rugged. Even like the female version, they're just, you know, they're bigger and tougher looking. But everything else, every other race has very little differences between the two. It's usually like darker skin or lighter skin. Otherwise, they're the exact same. Like Lalafels. They're even that's even less of a difference. I think Mikote also. Yeah, see, he's blue skinned or he's white skinned and as normal. I wish I could zoom in. Oh, there you go. And they all kind of have the same physiological differences. It's strange, considering how different the humans are. Hrothgar, I think, is the same too. Yeah. These are a little smaller. And then finally the Viera, the ones that I'm gonna play as. Yeah. They look pretty similar. Oh, this is lame. Hi. Oh, did you change your name? You did. I thought you were just some new rude person. I was like, well, there's the door. I think you can change the capitalization yourself without it being like a whole thing. No edit. Love you. Well, yeah, you should be able to. I think I saw that this skin color looks cool as hell. Oh, that's, I don't know what that says about me, but oh, thank goodness. Yeah, the bunny boy is not created. He's still in the oven. Hi, Spacey. How are you doing? Shauna, you're already following Spacey. Dr. Mano, you should go follow Spacey. She's fantastic. I like everything about this except for this part of the hair right there. It just looks kind of silly. Oh. He's gonna be a little summoner boy. Summoner bunnermanner. That's cute, but he could be proper. He could be a fancy lad. This makes him look like a character in an anime that like goes berserk. No. I think we're just gonna go with this one, huh? I think we're just gonna go with this one. No. How goes the bun build along? Building? He's you know, it's you can see the progress here. I do want to give him blue hair, I think. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, and highlights. What color are the highlights though? Green? No, that was two separate thoughts. How goes the bun build? Long. Okay. Am I taking too long? That's cute. I can go with that. Thanks, Eddie, for the tip. I think it's fixed. I think it is. No. I'm very scared. Oh, long hair looks neat. Okay, okay. Ong. 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 It's okay, Spacey. You can rest. You've done enough. I don't think it really matters that much. I mean, this is going to be his face from now on. I think I like this one more. Yeah. Eye shape, I never really get too lost in the weeds about. That one's fine. Big eyes. Big anime eyes. I want him to have some nice... Ooh. I like that. I meant the hair's hair! Ah! He could be blind in one eye. That looks so extra. No, I wanted to see his hair. There you go. I can't type. The multitasking. Lol, multitasking. That's totally fair. I understand. Don't trip. Don't even worry about it, eh? I'm gonna give him 2 separate colored eyes, but they're gonna be barely different. You're not gonna notice unless you're really looking into them, you know? Hey. Sean in retro, new friend, kind of. What kind of nose he's gonna have though? I like that nose already. Yeah, I think we're gonna stick that one. Kind of. Look at his eyes. Kind of. I don't think he needs any sort of lip coloring. What kind of ears though? What them ears do? Look at him. Look at him. Long. You want long ears? I really don't like this because it's permanently like that. Hello, sir. There you go. Yes. Yes. You know. Get out. Oh, I wasn't even making that joke. You wonker. You weirdo. I don't want super long ears because then he looks ridiculous. Yes, these. You think I should go 100% long or I mean the short one looks cute. I wasn't either. Oh, when you said ew no, get out, it makes it sound like you thought I was trying to imply something. Actually long ears is fine, I don't care. Alright, let's see what you got here. What's going on here? Big bushy brows, yes. I don't know what this is adding. What is this? I think he already has whatever it's add. I don't know. I like the freckles. I don't know about the facial hair. I can always change that later. He can become more distinguished as time goes on, you know? Sure. Let's give him a blue tattoo on his face. And he's going to be... Perfect. There you go. Now I need to pick his voice. Can you do one thing before I leave I alone? Maybe. I think this is the voice. Alright, well he's done. Save his appearance data, sure. I guess in case something goes horribly wrong. Data saved. His birthday's gonna be my birthday. Which there's 12 of those. 415. Done and done. Okay. Patron deity. I love Haloni. I'm scared. What is Spacey gonna ask for? You know what? I quit. No more texting. Don't worry about it. Well, now I'm worried about it. You can't ask and then I'm literally gonna be thinking about it all stream. You can DM me if you want. I don't think this matters at all. I think it used to a little bit, but I do love Haloni, but Menfina looks cool. Sure. Disciples of Magic. He's gonna be a Arcanist. Yeah, look at him. He looks fancy. He can also be a thaumaturge or a conjurer. Those are the magic classes that you start with. And he can be a gladiator, which turns into a paladin. Pugilist becomes a monk. A marauder becomes a warrior. Lancer becomes dragoon, and archer becomes a bard for some reason. And then there's white mage, black mage, and summoner. So I'm gonna try that one because I've always wanted to try it. And I pick Leviathan. Yeah, my friends are on Leviathan, so what name is he going to have? Pifford, like Clifford. What kind of names do the bunny people have? I don't even know. Oh. Pifford Forder. There you go. Conform. Oh, based on in-game naming conventions. Sure. Yadran, Rudir. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm not that into the. That somebody just mashed the keyboard for that one. ASDJS. Aaronville? That sounds like a city. Zero Gilda. I don't think so. Thank you, though. I don't know what else I could pick. Pifford. Aha! Order. Yeah, you have to come up with a first and last name for your character. Begin a new game with this character. Yeah, look at him. He's ready to go. Live his life. The world is currently full. Get out. Dimitri El Santo? Oh, man. Dimitri would have been good, yeah. I don't know about El Santo, but yeah. Okay. Let's get into the world. There you go. Okay. I'm committing to the Mexican vampire thing. Okay, that's fair. You should try the game out if you have a PlayStation or PC. It's a free trial. You get the first 2 expansions for free if you start it right now. And there's no like limit on playtime. You can't go past like level 70. But there's so much to do that, you know, by the time you get there, you'll know for sure whether or not you want to keep playing. Obviously, there's like limits on social stuff because you are on a free account, so they don't want like bots spamming people. But it's absolutely worth it to just check it out. Wait, why does my character have earrings? Is that just part of his default outfit? Okay, I guess so. Oh. I didn't realize how the music ended there. That's kind of silly. Well, this guy looks mean. How's the volume, by the way? I think I lowered it too much. I played it for 2 months, not an MMORPG person, I guess. Yeah, maybe. It definitely takes some getting used to. Like, I didn't really love the game when I started it, and it took me a while to really get into it, and now I really, really enjoy it. But, yeah, I mean, it's fair. The power of knowledge! Books! Take that. Oi, you alright, lad? You alright, laddie? Oh. You were moaning in your sleep and sweating buckets besides. Rolling under the ship got your stomach churning, has it? Yes. Next on my list is Crisis Core Reunion. Nice. Don't seem like seasickness now that I look at you. It'll be the Aether then, I reckon. Friendly guy. Some are more sensitive to the stuff than others, see, and we ain't too far from Vilbrand now, which is chock full of Aetherites. No need to fret, though. You'll soon get used to it. Oh, boy. Ugh, might as well have been bloomin' seasickness. Ship's leaping around like a demented chocobo today. Jesus. I reckon I might head out on deck, get myself a breath of fresh air. Limsa is still a fair way off, in case you were wondering. Seeing as you're all awake and all, how about you keep me company till we get there? Oh, good luck. I think that's doable. Them young'uns don't care much for conversation, see? Any road. Brennan's the name, and peddling's my trade. Okay, Brennan. Yeah, I don't think that Crisis Core is super long. We're on a ship. Ah, smell that salty sea breeze. Now then, lad, judging by your unusual garments, I'd say you're one of them new adventurers. Am I warm? I knew it. Going wherever the wind blows, seeking fortune and glory. Now that's what I call living. Work is busy and I have to train for a bicycle race next month. Oh, geez. Yeah, okay, well, good luck then. As long as you can avoid dying, I mean. Ain't no secret that adventuring's a risky business, these days especially. What was it that first attracted you to it? Glory. Glory, eh? Well, if you're willing to take on them tasks as other folk ain't, an adventurer such as yourself can win fame what coin can't buy. When you arrive in town, you'll want to report to the Adventurers Guild. You can find out everything you need to know about the adventuring business in there. Just remember, though, there are more important things than fortune and glory, such as breathing. Ain't no profit in being dead, and that's a fact. He's not wrong. Whoa! I don't remember this. I always skip it, so... Ships off the starboard bow. Pirate colors. Oh boy, we're getting attacked. Pirates. Bloody hells. Have you no sense? Get below! She's gonna blow! Big man. Big mode. Go big mode. Those ships are moving with very little effort, it looks like. What is the world coming to? Pirates firing on a ship flying limits in colors. Bastards either got a boatload of balls or bugger all for brains. You can rest easy, friends. We made it out of cannon range, and no buccaneers barkle this. We'll catch this flighty temptress once the wind's in her sails. That was too bleeding close. Glad one of us kept his head on his shoulders. I reckon I'd have lost mine otherwise. If them pirates have gave up the chase, we must be close to port. Let's head up on deck and have a look, shall we? Water. By the by, is this your first trip to Limsa? Yes. It is. Well, then let this journey and itinerant tell you all the ins and outs of your destination. Limsa prides itself on being Eorzean's foremost naval power. Bon voyage. Good one, Spacey. Weren't too long ago that the place was ruled by pirates, but thanks to the current admiral's civilizing influence, the city-state could almost pass for a respectable nation. You'd never guess she was once a rum-swilling buccaneer herself. course, most folk ain't so quick to change, and now with a town full of liberty-loving ruffians, you can imagine how many naysayers and troublemakers she's got to deal with. Like them pirates who took a fancy to us just now. And if that weren't bad enough, I've heard the Sahagi narrating the coast just as bold as you please. Them are the sea-dwelling beastmen the locals call fishbacks, in case you didn't know. Throwing some slurs for them, sure. Ah, at long last, land ho! We made it. Behold, Limsalominsa, a nation blessed by the ocean's bounty and beloved of Limlain. Limlain? Goddess of navigation. He's a fancy lad.
On a windswept isle in the southwestern corner.
Oh boy.
Amidst the whirling waves of the Rotana Sea.
He's so quiet.
The maritime city-state of Limsa. To this haven for bandits and brigands, cutthroats and curs, seekers of both freedom and fortune.
Oh man, this song.
Lone adventurer. Lone yet not alone, for the hero's arrival has drawn the gaze of the nation's patron deity, Limlain.
Limlain. Limlain Minsa Laminsa. Yeah, this song.
Realm-shaking fate as she descried in the churning waters of this mortal's future.
He's painting a real word picture. Okay. Look at him. God, he's ugly. I picked the wrong hair. Just kidding. He's fine. And here's where we part ways, son. Son? Are you my father? Not enough points to play the Yakuza sad song. Oh no. I'm off to the markets to deliver me wares, then it's on to the high road for me. Here, I want you to have this, by way of thanks for saving me arse earlier. Hey, you never did tell me your name, did you? Well, here's an idea. Become the sort of storied personage I can brag about having met, and I'll consider us square. Oh, he'll be bragging. Couldn't just ask for the name there?
Hardship, discovery, and triumph. May the navigator guide this brave soul on his life's voyage. Till sea swallows all.
Oh. I don't know what. Limsa Laminsa, Final Fantasy XIV. A Realm Reborn. What an absolute wild story. It's over. The end. I'm trying not to skip any cutscenes because once you start, it's hard to stop. And also, I want to, show it off to everybody. Hey, you there! I mean you. This is my district. I'm making my business to know all the scum that washes up in it. For real. An adventurer fresh off the boat, is it? Well then. Right? Yeah, like... these early hours, it's when you think about what's to come, yeah, I totally understand. Allow one of Limsa Laminsa's finest to set you on the right path. Up to it, lad. I haven't got all day. Hop to it? Is because I'm a bunny? I need to speak to your manager. You racist. Welcome to Limsa Laminsa, a bustling city-state filled with scoundrels and brigands, the rough-cut diamond of the Rotano Sea. Please select the control scheme you wish to use. Controller. Okay. When you're ready to proceed to pick the wrist flow. Close. I forget if you're able to... Whoa, jeez. Hold on, this is... The font is way too big. Is that normal? Wait, are you late? Yeah, I'm playing on console. Because I don't know if the computer can handle the game while I'm streaming. So, it's got these funny buttons. Beep, 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 beep. But my chat box is like ridiculous. It looks weird. You can see how big the letters are there, and I don't know why. I'm gonna bring the mouse. That's great though, because you can show folks that it's doable. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, some of the stuff is a little cumbersome, but there you go. All right. I do want to see if this is being weird. Why is the text so big? Oh, that's why. Wrong one. Oh, that's too small. I have 11 males and 12 females. I don't know what that means. Ignore me. What did I just do? Okay, there you go. Audio needs to change. System. All right. That's probably fine. Okay, let's talk to Reesflow. To be recognized as an adventurer, you must register yourself with the guild. That makes sense. Dun 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 dun. Now then, I'm sure you're itching to explore, but adventurers are required to register their presence in the city, and with about a bit of local knowledge, you're likely to get your throat slit in some piss-stinking alley. Okay. So before you do anything else, get yourself over to the Drowning Wench and enroll with the guild. Okay. It's not far. Just head straight down the street and speak with Greffar. He'll show you how to work that big moving platform we call the Crow's Lift, and that'll take you up to the pub. Once you're there, look for a fellow by the name of Batteron. He's the proprietor of the wench. He might curse like a nail-sodden sailor, but the man's got a soft spot for wide-eyed newcomers like yourself. He'll set you straight. Got all that? Good. Now run along, and may the navigator guide you on your journey. Okay. You have begun a quest. Wow. Wow. I gotta go talk to this man over here, Greffar. The vizier to the Sultan. Welcome to Limsa. If you have a mind to pay the Drowning Wench, the Crow's Lift will take you there. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah, I think I just have a bunch of costumes in the mail from, like, the old subscriber, like, reward rank thing they used to do. What can I help you with? Oh, I got claw feet. Whoa. Greetings to you, lad. What'll it be? Nah, but you ain't here for the drink, are you? You've come with a mind to try your hand at adventuring, I reckon. Well, you'll find no shortage of work here in Limsa. The name's Batteron, and this most hospitable of hostilities is the Drowning Wench. This is also the home of the Adventurers Guild here in Limsa. That's why we've got a desk specifically for handling guild business, and why I seem to spend more time saving the necks of whelps like yourself than wetting the throats of me regulars. I don't like that. Adventurers have a knack for finding trouble, see? Not that they need it in these parts on account of there being trouble wherever you look. If you manage to steer clear of the fishbacks and the kobolds outside the city, the pirates on the inside will get you instead. And if they don't manage, there's always the Garlean Empire to finish the job. Oh, no one knows what they're planning, of course, but if they're planning anything, you can be sure it's to kill a lot of us. Okay. Alright, this town seems peaceful at a glance, but look again and you'll see people living in fear of what tomorrow might bring. And who can blame them? After everything that's happened, Uraza took a mighty blow during the calamity, but our homes weren't the only thing what got wiped off the face of existence by that thrice-damned bastard of a dragon. It took our bleeding memories, too, and no one's been able to explain it in a way that makes nons of sense. None of the folks what saw and lived to tell the tale seem to agree on how the tale actually goes. 'Tis all foggy, like recollections from an hard night on the AO. You can imagine why people might fear for the future if they can't rightly recall the past. But there is one thing we all remember, and that's that the group of adventurers what laid down their lives to drag Eorzea back from the brink when she was bound for the abyss. Well, I say we remember, but the truth is though we ain't forgotten what they did for us. These God's damn calamity-spawned memory loss robbed us of their names. That was a sentence. It won't even let us picture their damn faces. It's like staring at a gull flying in front of the sun. All you see in your mind's eye is a shadow set against a blinding glare. And that's how every bugger describes it, by the way. Give or take the odd gull. Is this what got people calling these heroes the Warriors of Light? Wow. If Limsa's ever going to put this time of darkness behind us, it's going to need adventurers to help banish the fear. It's going to need new heroes like the ones we lost. Venturers. Maybe one day you'll be one of them, and that's why any aid we can give to a venturer is effort well spent. What say you, lad? You willing to lend us your strength? Sure. Many thanks to you and to the navigator and all. I knew she'd steer you my way for a reason. Ah, but listen to me yattering on like a sun-touched fishwife. 'Tis high time we got your mark in me book. Put your scrawl right there. Pifford Forder, is it? And a fine name that is. Congratulations, you're now an upstanding member of the Venturers Guild. You there, adventurer. You sailed in on the last ferry, did you not? The captain reported being attacked by a pirate vessel, and several witnesses have testified independently that a passenger matching your description went out on deck mere moments before the incident took place. Sending your friend signals, were you? Excuse me? Oh, hold on just a minute there, officer. You got the wrong bloke. This fine, upstanding young gent is me dear departed grandma's sister's niece's cousin's closest companion. The lad wouldn't be caught dead fraternizing with such unsavory elements. Is that right? You surely are aware of the recent kidnappings. Respectfully, then, we cannot be too trusting of outsiders at a time when the loyalty of even our closest friends is in doubt. You make a good point there, officer. A very good point. Very wise. You needn't worry, though. I keep one eye open at all times. I keep one eye open at all times, me and two more often than not. Now, sir, what do you say ye to a tinker to me? Finest ale before you return to your duties, eh? Not a watered-down cup of piss like last time, I should hope. I ain't got the fanciest idea of what you're on about, officer. The wench might offer some of the cheapest grog this side of the Strait of Marathor, but that don't mean it won't get you good and pickled. And look, there's a chair over there just crying to be sat on, so kick off them heavy boots, eh? You know, this is like medieval times, so I'm sure everything just stinks like shit. You'll have to excuse these eager, bloody yellow jackets. There's been a spat of kidnappings recently, see, and they ain't got a clue who's behind them. Naturally, they've taken the clapping irons on anyone who looks vaguely suspicious, which means adventurers, visitors. I didn't say PlayStation. And pretty much every bugger else in this town. Don't take it personal, though. Us Laminsons can be an headstrong bunch of bastards, 'tis true. But given time, we'll grow on you. Now, where was I? Boy, I didn't realize how much dialogue there is. Oh, aye. Welcome to Laminsa, where the sea's as green as the faces of me patrons after a few too many blackberry whiskeys. Now take a moment to gather your wits, and we'll get started with learning you the ways of the city. Okay. We did it! First quest is done. This concludes the introductory game tutorial. You've taken your first step as an adventurer in the city of Laminsa. Listen well to the wisdom of Batter on Ten Fingers, then go forth and discover the incredible adventures that await you. You can now summon a pet to do your bidding. You only have access to one pet now, but there will be opportunities to acquire more as you continue your adventure. Cast a spell summon from your hotbar to complete the arcane pact. Can't. Once your pet summoned, a separate hotbar will be known as a... Okay. Guarded orders your pet to guard his master, refraining from acting until you attack or are attacked. Steady orders your pet to refrain from attacking until you specifically order him to do so, and the way makes him leave. Okay. Oh, he's got more quests for me. I gotta learn the fundamentals. Right then, let's start you off nice and easy with 3 tasks that'll help get you used to life here in Limsa. Firstly, if you head down a floor, then point your nose west, you'll get an eyeful of the great glowing crystal in the middle of the courtyard. That's an aetherite, a device which can move you from one place to another in the blink of an eye. Ain't no swifter way to travel, providing there's an aetherite where you want to go, of course. Have a chat with the yellow jacket on guard down there, and you'll be treated to a lecture on the workings of the device. Before you do that, though, remember to touch the thing. Strange as it sounds, it won't work until you have. Second on the list is the marketplace. You'll find weapons and armor and all your adventure and bits and pieces for sale in the district that lies beyond the aetherite. Don't go throwing your gil around just yet, though. You'll get fleeced quicker than you can say, "Why's me coin purse so light?" Have a word with Swazblade instead. He's the head of the Merchants Guild, by the way. Give him this old octant, and they'll treat you well. For the last of me handful ints, I suggest you follow some spell slingers at the Arcanist Guild. I guarantee you'll learn a few new tricks for your tome if you decide to join their crew. Merle at the front desk is the one to get started. Got all that, lad? Seeing to them 3 tasks will take you on a little jaunt around the city and help you work out where everything is. Now I best be getting on. Run along, eh? Bugger it, there I go sending you off without telling you something crucial. That bloody calamity's made a right mess of me memory, I swear. Well, that or the ale. Anyway, while you're out, if you happen to pass any poor sods what look like they might need your help, consider giving their tale of woe a listen, eh? Sounds like a chore, I admit, but you never know what interesting opportunities could be lurking out there, just waiting for you to stumble on them. For example, Nina over yonder's been casting glances at you since you waltzed in. Why not lend an ear and see what she has to say? Aye, you're like to find yourself running odd errands in the beginning, but once you build a reputation as a man folk can trust, the jobs will get harder and the rewards more generous. If you get the time, I'd also seek the advice of the smith here in the wench. The lads as bear that title have some fine advice for them what are just starting out in the profession. And that, my lad, is how to go about becoming a legend among venturers. I picked the worst starting city. This guy talks like nuts. And a lot. Yay, we're ready to go. To leave the drowning wench, you must accept the quest making a name by speaking with Ninia. Ninia business. Okay. What up, Ninia? Ninia, a veteran adventurer, has some information that might be of interest to you. Oh, would you look at this? A shiny new adventurer. Listen close, lad. I've had some information that might just help you put you on the map here in Limsa. I was passing through Bulwark Hall below not long ago. I saw a bunch of herbs just scattered about on the ground. I'm not entirely certain, but I think they might have been the black market wares known as dream flowers. Limsa is a busy port, and not all the merchants that blow in across the strait are above board, if you know what I mean. How the plants end up in the mizzenmast? Who knows? Might have been a deal gone bad. The important thing is you make a name for yourself by handing them in. Speak to Scanrail, and she'll get you down to the first floor. Then all you have to do is pick up the herbs, take them to Aldskiff at the Octant. Being a worldly captain, he knows a thing or two about such shady goods. I feel like I'm being used to traffic. Alright, let's go down. Down below. Okay. I'm concerned about the legality of these. Oh, I'm a sprout. I just realized I have not been one in a long time. Okay. God, my eye keeps twitching. It doesn't, like, 90% of the day. And then I sit down to stream and now it won't stop. Hey, Aldskiff. Yes, I am Aldskiff. You have some herbs you wish me to examine? Yes, as you suspected, these are the highly illegal blooms known as dream flowers. A primary ingredient in the creation of somnus, a substance whose fragrance is said to lull the sniffer's mind into the sleep of death. Forgive me, I could not resist the jest. These herbs are not more than Alphic lavender, a common enough export from Limsa. In fact, these probably spilled from crates that were loaded onto my very own ship. I think someone has been having a bit of fun with you, son, but not to worry. You learned a few things and made a new acquaintance. Well met. Okay, cool. I'm not being used to traffic. Janasim of the Bruguiere Consortium seeks the services of a conveniently unoccupied adventurer. Excuse me, sir, but might you have a moment or two to spare? You seem the type who enjoys being accosted for menial tasks, and I require someone to make a delivery to the dutiful sisters of the Edelweiss. I wouldn't be surprised if you hadn't heard of them. The sisters prefer not to advertise their presence here in Limsa. They do, however, provide a rather unique service of which the Bruguiere Consortium has recently been the beneficiary. I would have you deliver this package to their doorman, Loanward, along with our profuse gratitude. Okay. You really are doing just like the most menial tasks to start. What is this? Sure. By the way, of thanks for delivering my scattered lavender, I have a nugget of information that may prove useful to you. You see, I was recently approached by an unkempt seafarer, which is not, I admit, particularly unusual for a man in my profession. What was unusual is that he offered a generous sum of gil to be introduced to any adventurers I might know. In my experience, sailors are not known to carry such a wealth of coin about their person, especially with the alehouses of Limsa so close at hand. Kidnappings have not been uncommon these past moons. I suggest you take this information and speak with Glazrael, the guard who stands at the entrance to East Hawker's Alley. It never hurts to show a spirit of cooperation to the authorities, lad. Alright, I'm supposed to touch this big old crystal. Look at that thing. Honkin' huge crystal. No, I don't want it. There you go. I'm attuning. You attuned to the aetherite. I have attuned. Ah, another novice adventurer. Aye, Badaron has sent more than a few of your kind this way of late. No, good. I am Sundimal, one of the Yellow Jackets tasked with keeping the peace in the city. It's also my charge to provide guidance in the use of this device. Fear not, I shall be brief. Aetherites are crystalline structures that tap into the ethereal energies. They are primarily used as a means of travel swiftly from one place to another. Return and teleport, the most common transportation spells, make direct use of the aetherites and the connection to the flow of ether. And as these devices are found in almost every corner of Eorzea, any adventurer worthy of the name will wish to seek out and attune himself to each one. Once you've expanded your horizons beyond the walls of the city, you'll soon find yourself performing the act of attunement as a matter of course. There is, however, no need for unseemly haste. The aetherites found in and around the city will be sufficient for the present, I assure you. Should you wish to learn more about aetherites or transportation magic, I will be here to answer your questions. A lot of information. Return learned. Okay, cool. So now I can just come back here for free every 15 minutes. Otherwise, it does cost a little bit of money. Look at all these people, man. Sweet Nick's rosy cheeks. The goblin merchant appears to be in some distress. Psh. Sweet Nick's beauteous, gobby, and crafty smart trader. Goblins talk funny. Sweet Nick's makes busy deal with uplanders. Need delivered letter to gate of Milvan, but Sweet Nick's has shiver shakes. Uplander walks to the gate of Milvan for Sweet Nick's. Uplander delivers letter to the tax lady Pataja. I guess so. All right. I'm supposed to talk to Glazrael. Hey, Neens. This is disturbing news. Your initiative is appreciated, adventurer. I'll have the captain place the Yellow Jackets on high alert. And while I have your ear, I'll need you to visit Fridwib and tell her the same thing you told me. You'll find her a bit further down East Hawker's Alley. Fridwib has frequent dealings with adventurers, so any warning you give her should soon spread through the city. Look it, this is my character. His name is Pifford Forder. Yeah. Oh, you're first. Good job. A fine evening to you, sir. Welcome to the most replete marketplace in the grand realm of Eorzea, where every shelf groans under the weight of wonders born from all four corners of the world. Pray browse the stalls until your eyeballs ache from ogling the overabundance of unbelievable bargains. Now, as much as I would love to elaborate on the unrivaled quality of our merchandise, I must tend to some cargo, but recently arrived at the docks. You bear a gift from Badaron. Whatever could it... Ah, my octant. By the navigator, I must have left it behind in the wench, along with a week's pay and several bells worth of intoxicated memories. Thank you. I am most grateful to have it back. This tool is a keepsake from my days as a ship captain, you see. Needless to say, your good deed must be repaid, and what better recompense than the wisdom of a master merchant? If it is simple and sturdy adventuring equipment you seek, you need look no further than the east and west arms of Hawker's Alley. Lest you doubt, each guild you invest in arms and armor will be money well spent. Adventuring is, after all, a dangerous profession by its very nature. It goes without saying that Hawker's Alley boasts stalls specializing in the tools of every martial discipline imaginable. And within but a few steps are bazaars and apothecaries that will most amply supply all your potion and perishable needs. Our keen-eyed agents procure frankly befuddling range of blah, 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 blah. Such knowledge will serve you well if your purse is light or your time is short. But verbal instructions of this kind will only profit you so much. That's good, yeah. Let's talk to Fridwib. Greetings, sir. Might I interest you in the services of a retainer? What's this? Some suspicious seafarers on the prowl for global adventurers. A possible suspect in the recent kidnappings, you think? Well, I'll be sure to pass on that warning to my customers. What with all the merchants and travelers milling through Hawker's Alley, these kinds of unsavory activities can often go unnoticed. In any case, I promise to keep a sharp lookout for anyone being accosted by strange-looking sailors. Sweet. Turned it in. This man needs help too. You, sir, adventurer, I have work for you. I would have you pose as a customer and survey the market's current prices. Surely I did not see you balk at so simple a task. All you need to do is strike up a conversation with the shop owners and glance over their wares. There are 3 merchants that interest me: Iron Thunder, Kyokyorun, and Sinihill. Write down all you see on this price list and hand it to Bainseng on the West Hawker's Alley. He'll reward you for your services. Sweet. Alright. I'm in first person mode. Let's, Well met, lad. Cast your peepers over these beauties. Not a spot of rust to be found. Every piece fresh from the forges of Naldik and Vimelis. Okay. Let's keep moving. Oh, there's an etherite here. I should have... Look at this man. Look at this catfish gentleman. Razian Dakar, traveler. You've now has access to the Ethernet. Quick travel through the city can be achieved. Da-da-da-da. Okay. Let's go this way to talk to people that I need to talk to. Kyokarun. Kyokarun welcome customer. Kyokarun loves his lovely trade. Kyokarun's goods are goodly made. Okay, thank you, Kyokarun. Dude freaks me out a little bit. He is a cult. I don't know what he is. But he's friendly, so it's fine. Oh, he's like a rat. Okay. Big nose. Alright. One second. Alright, who am I supposed to talk to next? Sinihill. Sinail? A fine evening to you, sir. What can I interest you in? You seem to be interested in most everything, don't you? Is this another one of those investigations? Well, I have nothing to hide. Okay. You're the one who made a list for Swadsblade. Let me have it then. Nothing wrong with the markets as far as I can tell. You oftentimes get pirates selling stolen goods at cutthroat prices, and that drives the numbers down right across Hawker's Alley. Thanks to these reports, though, we can tell at a glance when shading dealings are taking place. Good work. Someone in this world here said that they like grapes on pizza. Deranged. People are disgusting. Alright. This is my guild as a summoner. Oh, look at this fancy man. Kyle the Great Mystic. I want to be like him. Look at this thing he summoned. Alright, what do I... No, I don't have many minions. Okay. Pataja, I'm supposed to talk to her. Deliver a letter to Pataja. Where is Sweetnix with those import records? Without the proper documentation, I'm afraid she'll have to expel him from the city? Whoa. Here it is. Why, these are Sweetnix's records. Glad I am to see they were submitted in time. Honestly, you would think that Goblin would have lost his fear of our offices by now. Every month he has to submit these papers, and every month his tardiness forces me to consider his removal. As long as one follows proper procedure, Limsa is quite welcoming of foreign traders. Pray convey these words to Sweetnix. Perhaps it will aid in soothing the poor goblin's fears. See a goblin? She has another task. Here at Melvin's Gate, we inspect all the goods that are imported into Limsa and collect duty as the law requires. Some merchants, however, seek to evade this obligation, and we must chase them down. I'd be grateful if you could deliver these two ledgers, one to a man named Sundamal, whom you will find at the Octant, and the other to a woman named Letitia, who works at the Bismarck. Sounds good. If you're uncertain as to the whereabouts, ask Sundamal when you meet him. He'll point you in the right direction. I don't need no directions. Hey, Miri. Welcome to the Arcanist Guild. It is here that we research and develop the field of Arcanima. Arcanima is the science of employing arcane geometries, intricate patterns that map the unlocked mysteries of existence to draw forth and manipulate the body's etheric energies. But if I'm not mistaken, you already possess some rudimentary understanding of the craft. Shall I deepen your knowledge of our history as well? The roots of Arcanima can be traced at blah 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 blah. Alright, I don't really need to know all this. Many such mages wishing to expand their understanding of the world took to the seas aboard upon their arrival in Limsa and Arcanists found themselves welcomed into the... Hey, Enid, how you doing? Into the academic elite and soon secured positions in the realms of governance and council. Knowledge of an Arcanist, however, is traditionally passed on from master to chosen disciple. As such, Admiral Merlwib, counting several wielders of Arcanima among her personal staff, became concerned that this exclusionary practice would lead to the eventual extinction of the art. Okay. A lot of information. Look at my bunny man. He's a little fella. He likes to read. Well, have you decided to enroll in our guild? Or are you now intimidated by the thought of excessive thinking? He's just a funny little guy. He's a little funny little birthday guy. Your sound judgment is to be commended. Now, standard practice dictates that I introduce you to our guildmaster, that you may convey your intentions in person. Due to extraordinary circumstances, however, he is unreachable at present. Instead, you must speak to Mistress Ubiergeim. She has shouldered full responsibility for the guild's leadership in the interim. He's just a fun little guy. The basic foundation of breakfast is a scam, a $20 billion industry, says one of the people in the town. Okay, let's go and meet our guildmaster. Bacon and eggs have been shoved in your face on television. Okay, but I like bacon. Yeah, bacon's fine. I don't love it like some people do. Oh god, I would fuck up some hash browns and eggs right now. Yes, I'm Thurbergeim. Greetings and welcome to the Arcanist Guild. As Miri has doubtlessly explained, I am serving as acting guildmaster until our wayward leader deigns to return. I assume our capable receptionist also spoke of our art's origin. Oh boy, she's gonna keep telling me. Core of the discipline, however, is found in the pursuit of definitive solutions to any potential quandary. Even on the field of battle, nay, especially on the field of battle, this principle takes precedence. If one wishes to make a question of strategy, if one wishes to make certain the question of victory, then one must apply the most effective strategy. An Arcanist is measured by his ability to calmly analyze the situation from moment to moment and respond with the most appropriate spells at hand. Alright, yeah, I'm ready. Sure am. An unambiguous response, the kind I most prefer. Alright, I have to kill some wharf rats, little ladybugs, and Aurelie. Okay. Easy peasy. What have you been playing, Enid? Anything good? Anything wild? Let's go back to the Aetheryte. Teleporting around the city. Okay, I have to talk to someone here. Sundamal. A ledger from Melvan's Gate, you say? Yet more outstanding duty payments. When will those merchants ever learn? Very well, if I catch sight of any offenders, I'll drag them to the gate, kicking and screaming. Vampire Survivors. How are you liking Vampire Survivors? Didn't that get a new DLC? Are those free or do you have to pay for them? I don't know. I guess they would call it just an update if it was free, but I honestly don't know. Look at all these players. Hey, Sweet Nicks. Uplander. Delivered letter to Gate of Milvan? DLC was $2. Not bad. Exit Uplander has white heart and swift legs. Tax Lady Pataja has kind backwards for Sweet Nicks. Sweet Nicks' outflow of joy for Tax Lady Pataja. Sweet Nicks' happy gobby gives Uplander jingly shine. I love these goblins. Look at that, I got 200 gil. I do need to go to over here for multiple reasons. Shall we dance? Sage's Path. Neither of those are acceptable to me. I don't even know where I'm going. I think this is the worst city to start in because it is absolutely just a mess. The other two are pretty straightforward. This one's like 2 levels. I'm sorry. It's fun. It won BAFTA Goaty, so I thought I'd try it. Yeah, it's pretty simple, but it really does like encourage the one more play, mindset. Oh yeah, I can sprint with my book out. Whoa. Yeah, definitely. This is the Dutiful Sisters of the Edelweiss, a house of deep reflection and meditation. So unless you got proper business with us, you can kindly bugger off. This is the Thieves Guild. This is the Rogues. This is where you learn to be a rogue. This man's a liar. Lawn Ward. What's this then? A parcel from the Brigade Consortium, eh? Let's have a peek inside. Ooh, walnut bread and ginger cookies, and a few of them Bismarck finger sandwiches too. Some of them sisters have unholy appetites, so I'd best save a few bites for myself after I take this inside. You let Janasim know we're always here should her boss have need of us again. Okay, guy. 14 is great. I started a new game, a new character. So anybody who's interested in the early hours of the game can see what that's like here. I haven't done any fighting yet, and we're an hour and change into it, but cheese sandwich with pesto. Oh man, a grilled cheese sandwich. Some buttery, flaky bread. Oh. Sisipu of the Fisherman's Guild wants to order a new fishing boat. Okay. The calamity really knocked the wind out of the fishing industry's sails, but fisherfolk are starting to return to the seas once more. It's past time I did the same. But before I can put out to sea again, I need to have a new boat built. My guild has always commissioned Naldik and Vimeli for its crafts, but they're beastly busy these days. If you want for something to do, perhaps you can run over to the Armorers Guild. Okay. You want me to help them get their stuff together, I guess. I've been playing this game for years and I still get lost here. Limsalominso sucks. Look at this. Look at this mess. What the hell? Just build a normal city. Come on, guys. Of course, Gridania is the nicest one. It's like very forest nation. It's chill place. I love it. But what's going on here? Okay. This guy says he's a body inspector. It's a bodice assessor. Is a bodice assessor with Melvin's Gate. I think they're flirting. I don't think he actually is claiming to be a body inspector, a federal body inspector. What a game. Let's go up to the upper decks. Pumpkin spice is good. I don't care. That's a hot take. Wildly popular pumpkin spice is good, actually. More likely than you think. While I'm jumping around with playing all kinds of games on stream, I think I'm gonna give a shot to Returnal. One of these days, Enid. One of these days. What? Yeah. A new boat for the Fishermen's Guild. I'm afraid now isn't the best time. You see, we have recently taken on a commission for a galleon. This task alone has all our hands full. Okay. But look, I'll see what I can do. I'm not lying. I really do want to try it. The Fishermen's Guild has long been one of our best clients, and I'd be loath to disappoint Sisyphus. It may yet take a while, but I shall endeavor to have her boat ready in a timely fashion. Probably potions, huh? For now. The rats in the wharf. Are you in need of some trifling tasks to pass the time? Then I have just the job for you. Bateron is offering a reward to any adventurer who slays at least 5 wharf rats. There's no shortage of the pests lurking outside the Tempest Gate, so you should hurry and take advantage of this opportunity. Okay, simple enough. Kill 5 rats. It doesn't have to be complicated. Okay. Okay. Soothing the Savage Siren. Kalkaya has advice for any adventurers headed to the missing member. If you're looking for a place to wet your whistle, Scrag, I advise you to turn tail and run. Captain Roswen's in no mood to be entertaining customers this eve, and even when she is, she ain't particularly good at it. Okay. But if you mean to venture inside the missing member, you'd best remember to pay your proper respects to the captain. Unless you ain't afraid of going missing. Kneeling for her would be a good start. So each city has a quest where you're supposed to like emote at somebody. And it's a cute way to like teach you how to emote. I have to kneel. Hello, mate. Oh, so he knows his place. Good. If only the Krakens had the same sense of propriety. Bastards keep seizing every galleon ship before we can take a crack at them. 'Tis a sorry state of affairs when your crew's reduced to preying on the leavings of that mangy bunch of man-boys. Me younger self would be right disappointed to see how far we've fallen. Show Ross when you're disappointed. Okay. Oh. You know what? I think you have to target them and then do it. There you go. My God, so dramatic. Huh, so you do know something to be paying, but your sympathy ain't worth more than a pint of piss. It's well and good we got the Admiral's permission to capture Guardian ships, but what's the use if you keep on getting your beat to your prey? We built our reputation reaving right off the coast of Vilbrand, not sailing a dozen miles into the bleeding sea. The few Imperial dogs in Lominson territory get snatched by Krakens hunted in open waters. I rallied my crew's spirits when I said we were reviving the old ways, but after all our struggles, they seemed to resign to letting those bastards have all the fun. Right now I gotta rally. That is right here. What was that? You're trying to make light of me dilemma. Don't push your luck, Scrag, or I'll gut you with a hook and lick like a regular pirate. Wait, that's it. We're pirates, goddammit. We should think like pirates. Bugger keeping Lominson waters safe. We'll raid supply shipments to the Guardian outpost along the coast of Aldenard. It's so bleeding simple. I don't know why I didn't think of this before. Thank you for your unintended inspiration, Scrag. I think I almost had you fed to the sharks. Hey, I cheered her up. Da-da-da-da-da. How's your essay on Returnal going, by the way, Enid? I gather your meeting with the captain went well. I could hear her cackling all the way out here. Well, whatever you did, thank you for doing it. Last thing we needed was her going on another rampage, ruining deck swabs and leaving us with less meat. Ain't easy being playing by the Admiral's rules, but if anyone can find a way, Captain Roswin can. Okay. Let's back it up. Oh, nope. I haven't compiled my notes yet. Ooh, compilation. Who wants me to get a cool Moogle hat? You know, I think it's not going to be visible even if I put it on. Greetings, tall one. I know what you're thinking. Okay, he's a mailman, alright? That's fine. Hello. Look at him. Writing your script is daunting because I don't have a great gaming setup to capture footage. I believe in you. I know that you'll find a way to get it done. Increases experience by 30% when level 80 and below. What? Sure. Okay. Or okay. All right. I don't need the Squall Leonhardt. I don't need Zidane's clothes. I don't need that. Cloud. Minion Light? Sure. I don't really need that. I won't be able to do anything with the costume for a while, so I'll just not take it. And a Kate Sith doll. Alright. So I have these things I can use to summon minions and mounts. Alright, I got minions now. We'll go with this one because it's cute. Look at him, he's so small. It is a reference to Final Fantasy 1. Small friend, yeah, he's tiny. I love him. But I do also have stuff that I can put on, and for now I can put on my recommended gear, which is a hat, a ring, and an earring. Since I am a bunny man, unfortunately most of my hats don't actually appear on my character, which is pretty bullshit. But you know, you gotta live with it, I guess. Yeah, it's really unfortunate. It's like the only thing that stopping me from playing a bunny on my main character, because there are a lot of cool helmets and stuff and masks and things that you wouldn't be able to wear. Some of it is visible, but I don't know, like, what, you know. I think it's case by case, and I don't know if it's worth it. I mean, I look cool, right? This is a new character. Yeah, I just made him. He's level 3, so I could go through the main story for everyone to watch on stream. That's why I'm just doing menial labor right now, just helping people with just small tutorial quest stuff. Ah, there you are, Pivot. Enjoyed your jaunt around the city, did ya? If you mean to base yourself in Limsa, that won't be the last time you'll visit them 3 places. Now you got some idea of what's where, you can start exploring the rest of the town. You've shown a good ear for listening, lad. Sticking with old Baderan, you'll go far. Cool. Quest complete. I'm not level 5 yet, so I need to... Oh, level 4. So I'm going to go finish the quest that I picked up earlier. Stojiba? I don't know how to say that name. Stodgeby. These days, poor Baderan's so busy looking after others, he hasn't been able to look after himself. He deserves something for his efforts. Whenever he's in his cups and starts speaking of the old days, he never fails to mention Aurelie. Seems he and his mates used to eat the creatures on occasion. Zelda, Genshin Impact's getting a big update in like 2 days. The developer is releasing a new game that's turn-based in like 2 weeks. Fortnite's getting new stuff tomorrow. There's a lot of stuff. Redfall, I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, I don't know. The usual, I guess. Ooh, what's the term? It's called Honkai Star Rail, and it's like a sci-fi RPG. Turn-based fights. I'm really used to like the, you know, open world Breath of the Wild style game that Genshin is, so I'm curious to see what this is going to be like. On top of which, you know, I stopped playing Genshin for a long while after it came out. And now I'm really into it, so I've just kind of been catching up. I think it's both. 1 second, I might have to... I gotta take a picture of my character for my friend. I think it's both, yeah. And maybe mobile, because that's how Genshin was, and I'm pretty sure, yeah. I realize this is sudden, but we urgently need you to help restocking our larders. We are in the midst of preparing a full course meal for soon arriving guests. But I fear we are short on fresh lamb for the main course. I'd be grateful if you could procure 4 slices for us. I dare say it would be quickest to obtain these directly from the source. Wild lambs. Alright, I gotta go kill some lambs. I need to have tuned to this. Oh, I did. Okay. Alright. Let's talk to Letitia. Tax evaders among our patrons, you say? Goodness me. I dare say this may well put an end to their appetite, but this is in the best interest of the city-state. If any of the merchants named in this ledger come to dine with us, I shall see that Mailvan's gate is notified without delay. Damn. Putting the squeeze on these people. We spare no effort to ensure that all our patrons enjoy the finest food and hospitality, and so it is doubly hurtful when somebody decides to leave without settling the bill. Nary a bell ago, a first-time patron did just that. Rasushmo is the one who lovingly prepared the man's meal. She's quite upset by the whole affair and is taking it upon herself to draw an illustration of the offender. Might it trouble you to deliver it to the Yellow Jackets on our behalf? Rasushmo should be done adding finishing touches right now. Poor lady. Or, I'm assuming... I think she said yeah. Oh. Okay, well I can't go up there. I gotta walk. God, I poured my heart and soul into that grilled dodo. If I ever get my hands on that scoundrel, I'll grind his bones to make my bread. Here it is. Speaking of cats, that's who I'm talking to right now. It's a cat lady. Please deliver it to Godbert at the Coral Tower. He'll know what to do. Okay. I need to talk to people. Meow. Yeah, she's a real fierce one, huh? Let's go. Morton would like to make a completely legal proposition. You want for coin, venturer? How'd you fancy working for the Kraken's Arms, one of the greatest pirating crews in Limsa? If you're interested, take yourself up these your steps to the balcony above and talk to Carvalen, our captain. Do right by him and he'll do right by you. Okay. Greetings, friend, and welcome to the 7th Sage, purveyors of the finest spices from the east. All of our products are guaranteed obtained through completely legal means. Oh, and you do not seek spices but employment. Well then, let us speak of how you might be of service to our organization. Our misery returned from our latest voyage bearing exotic spices, never before seen in Eorzea. I have prepared 2 samplers, each of which I would have you deliver to certain individuals. The first is for Ginnaid, whom you'll find at the Coral Tower. The second is for Master Lingsath, the head chef of the Bismarck, and do make certain the right person gets the right set. Go now and return here once you've accomplished the task. Okay. A tuning. I don't know what's wrong with me. You now have access to the Marauders Guild. Hey, Marauders, what's up? Welcome to the headquarters of the Yellow Jackets, the keepers of the peace in Limsa Limensa. Is there aught I can assist you with? Here's a sampler. Sample of spice courtesy of the 7th Sage, you say? Make no mistake, this is fire sand, and the kind used by the Garleans besides. Quite intriguing. Very well, we'll consider placing an order. Oh, you thought you had brought me spice? I see you're not familiar with Carvalianisms. For the sake of convenience, he uses the word spice to refer to literally anything he's procured on the high seas. Lest you worry, the man is engaged in any activity that's considered piracy. Far from it. Think of him as a trader, a heavily armed one, who represents Limlin's interests in eastern lands. They just don't stop with the quests, huh? Alright, let's just, Alright, Bilker at Bismarck, and you have an, artist rendition of the man? Yes, I do. Oh, what in the hell, 7 hells is that supposed to be? It looks more like the prow of a ship than a man's face. Look, we would like nothing more than bringing the offender to justice. 'Tis our duty, after all. However, we'll need a little bit more to go on than this piece of art. Okay. So she's gonna have to come down to the station to actually, like, talk to them. Okay. My little friend is stepping. He's coming along. He's right behind me. And he sounds very cute. Ah, so you've spoken with Goldbert. Within the bell, the Yellow Jackets will have that swindling scoundrel locked in a dungeon cell, and then they'll take my filleting knife and... Huh? He wants me to go to the tower for questioning? But what more information does he want that my drawing doesn't already provide? Isn't a picture supposed to paint 1,000 words? Not if it's not a good picture. You've received your first achievement! I'm level 4 now, baby! Whoa! I thought I couldn't summon him. Look at him, he's my baby! Hello? Why is he moving so fast? I'm scared. Cool. Now let's go. Got a whole posse now. Oh wait. I did not finish my business up here. I can't believe we're an hour and a half in and still no fighting. I could leave and go fight, but I think there's more quests that I can knock out all at once if I just collect them all. Alright, here's your spice. Okay. I'm not gonna entertain him. Let's go this way. Let's go up here. Oops, wrong. Welcome back. It would seem both samples were rather well received, and this is no small part due to our affable courier. Alright. Done and done. What's... Nothing. Okay. Okay. Pretty sure I attuned to that ether. The aft castle. Lithatium Moruso. Ah, you've returned. I hope you do not harbor any ill will toward me for my earlier deception. You see, I believe the most important lesson for a green adventurer to learn is that he should always question the motives of everyone he meets. If I've given offense, allow me to make it up to you with some advice. Tell me, have you visited the Eyes outside the Tempest Gate and past Madman Bridge? The sentries stationed there keep watch over the road, and when trouble arises, they sometimes turn to outside help. If you wish to make a name for yourself as a trustworthy adventurer, you should speak with Ancreta at the Eyes and offer your assistance. Okay. Still in Linsa, are you, Pifford? How'd you fancy a trip outside the city walls? I'd like you to visit an orchard by the name of Summerford Farms. Ever heard of the place? The owner, Stalworm, is an old mate of mine. He's got himself a crew of mostly reformed pirate types, if you can believe that. I give you a glowing recommendation, so make sure you work hard and impress the old bastard. Okay. I think we're just about done in here. Just have to go and turn in this last thing here. I hope. Papaya. Papaya. Hey. Alright. If you unlock all the teleporters in a town, you also get access to just teleport straight out of town. Which is handy. Okay. Supposed to talk to somebody over here? Clindrail? Okay. Bedouin actually likes the Aurelia umbrellas? Gods, I'd never considered trying to eat one of those things. Nevertheless, if it's Aurelia you seek, you ought to find plenty by the river just past the temple gate into the east. Okay. Pretty sure I have some quests in lower decks. Let's just teleport over to that place. Okay, this person here delivered the package. Very good. Give me the money. What manner do the dutiful sisters provide? Continue your stay, you'll likely find out soon enough. In fact, if you're confident in your abilities and comfortable with the unconventional, you might wish to approach them yourself. Okay. Nidelica? Welcome to Limensa. If there's aught you would like to know, feel free to... You got something for me? A missing persons list. Not sure I follow. Thanks for bringing the list. I'll make sure to memorize the names. If any of the people reappear, you can count on me to spot them. Sounds like you're already in the Yellow Jacket's good graces. You're truly a model adventurer. Alright, I don't know what you want, but... Oh, she wants me to... Okay. I don't know what song this is, but it sounds nice. Oh yeah, I meant to take a picture of my character. So if you're a bard, you can actually just play an instrument, just whenever. The Bismarck wants fresh lamb, does it? Gods, I could do with a slice myself, fresh off the grill and dripping in its own juices. Sorry, friend, I haven't had a single bite to eat since my shift began. All right. So many quests. Let's refill these lamps, I guess, with oil. Just take it out of my pocket and yeah. All right. Okay. Okay. Wait, I missed one. There it is. Just 3 more. Like, yeah, I don't. This part is especially egregious. Ah, there you go. I've been shielded from danger. To the Fisherman's Guild to talk to Sisipu. And then I think I can go kill stuff finally. Doing what? What am I gonna do with that girl? She has the nerve to ask me for work, twaddle and tripe about her savings, only to foist it on the first adventure that comes along. Being young and pretty does not give you a license to shirk responsibility. She'll get her oil all right, and a piece of my mind to boot. All right, finally. All right, let's go. That's everything. All right, out we go into the open world. Look at this place. It's beautiful. All right, let's beat up this ladybug, huh? Get him, buddy. Get him. I don't know if my little pet is actually attacking, but he should be. I think these enemies are just too weak and they die before he can even do anything. Magic book. think I'm done killing rats? No? Hey, I think the rats are done. Yeah. Alright, let's go. Can I summon my... Yeah, oh, I can't. I hate this. This game sucks. It's not true. So I think Aurelie are like jellyfish or something. I don't know. What is this? Like, what would you describe this as? This thing is horrifying. Anyway, I gotta kill 4 of them. I feel like my pet's not doing anything yet. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, well. Hey, I leveled up. Luckily, when you're early in the game, if the enemies have the little blue symbol next to their level, it means that they won't attack you unless you attack them. That does not remain the case for very long. So it's nice to, like, remember these days. Yeah, that's why I can, like, run into the group of them without getting murdered. Because otherwise, yeah, it would be a lot more difficult to survive these encounters. All right, let me take my sprint spell and go over here. So right now I just have this little guy following me, not really doing much. But later on I can actually learn more spells that will have him be a bigger part of fighting and eventually a huge part of my arsenal. You say someone told you to come and work for me? I'm afraid you've been had. We're known to hire adventurers, 'tis true, but we always go through the Adventurers Guild. Even if I wanted to assign you duties, Yellow Jacket regulations prohibit me from doing so directly. Now, if you don't mind working in an unofficial capacity, I have a personal request I can make of you. Sure, I'll take... So, there's Disciples of War, which are like the physical fighters, and then there's Disciples of Magic. So I can't equip all of one or the other as a mage. I need to pick specific ones to wear. Which is why my pants look like this now. Ugh. God. The drip just immediately faded. God, those tights look terrible. Ugh. That's okay. I didn't want to look cool either way. Alright. Pretty sure this spell is just a shield for me. I should probably look at what it does. Actions and traits. Radiant Aegis. Orders Carbuncle to execute Radiant Aegis. Creates a barrier around self that... okay, cool. There's also a fun thing called the Active Time event. I forget what the F stands for. But basically, when you're out in the world, an event can start, and that means... Yeah, he's a big frog. An event can start where you have to do something, usually fighting enemies. And participating will get you experience after the event's over. And gold, and other stuff sometimes too. So in this case, the Yellow Jackets are trying to kill the cane toads because... I mean, it's basically the Australia situation, but that's why it's called... You call that a toad? This is the toad. Because they're an invasive species, just like in that Simpsons episode, aka real life, because that did actually happen. I think they were also called cane toads. I remember seeing a documentary about them, like in science class one time, and there was video of somebody on driving a van down a highway or just a long stretch of road, and they were just running over every toad they could see because they were that bad. It's like, which is wild because, I would expect toads and frogs to need like a very humid environment. I know Australia is a... Whoa, I just got new abilities, a bunch of them. What if I do this? Oh, they all died. It's just me now, I guess. The sound, yeah. When you level up or you do a big quest, it'll... Get him. Yo, look at my friend. Oh, he's red now. Ah, I'm getting pulled in the fight by all these jerks. There's a lot of frogs trying to kill me now. Okay. Alright, we're... Oh, no. Okay, cool. I don't really know what all of these abilities do, but I do know that they're helping, so I'm going to keep using them. But look at my little fella here. He turns red. Now. There's one more? Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Why are you running over here? What the hell? And that's the end of that chapter. I got rewards. Cool. I gotta go turn in this quest to the lady over here. And then... Look at this guy. He's called a Mossless Goobway. And... you can earn one to ride around on top of, which is very cute. And I wish I had one. Let me see real quick if a friend of mine is on. Player search. Search conditions. Last name, Shin. Oh, okay. You're a lifesaver adventurer, and I'll take these livers to Granda myself. I take these livers to Granda myself, but I can't just up and leave my post. Not to mention the mere sight of those slimy things makes my stomach churn. Alright, I guess I'm gonna go return those. First. Blum blada bum blum bum bum. Where's the etherite for this area? Is it up here? It's all the way down there. A place that you really don't ever have to go to. Morbi Dreadnoughts. I don't know why they decided to put that there, but it's all good. There's another fate up here, and I don't know if I should... I might as well. I'm gonna help somebody. Get him. Obviously, the later you jump into these fights, the less experience you get, but it's still better than nothing, so... Alright. I just want new clothes, man. I don't need to talk to this guy. He's just going to teach me about the housing district, which I already know about, because I've played this game before. I swear this is the last time I send that granddaughter of mine to fetch river toad livers. Why? Should make somebody else do it? Oh, because he was waiting for her, I see. Alright, bud. Okay. Alright. Sacks of fleece. I'm supposed to do something to these things. Lice comb? Oh god, I have to fight a lice, don't I? Okay, you're good. Sheep number 2. Okay. And finally, sheep number 3. I was expecting a lice to, like, jump out and attack me. Oh my god, I have a very vivid memory, like 10 years ago when I started playing this game, where I was waiting for something to come out so I could attack it for this quest to be done. I didn't realize you had to interact with these pumpkin vines. So when I did see somebody attacking one, it's because they were doing this quest too. So I'd help them with it, and it wouldn't give me progress because you're supposed to do it yourself. And I was just waiting for one to appear so that I could attack it, and they just never would because, you know, that's not how the quest worked. And then I noticed that there was a purple pumpkin, you know, being weird. So I was like, okay, that's probably something I should be dealing with. Okay. Oh, that's right. Clever Hitchman will die. Okay. We're done here. We're done. You're done. I forget, you can also talk to chocobo porters that will like act as a taxi, but only between specific locations. And before you get a mount yourself, it's the best way to get around if you're trying to save some time. Hello. Oh, I can't even use them to level 10? Yikes. It's been a while. It's been a while. Alright. Thank you. Oh my god, there's more quests. Okay. I'm gonna do this thing over here. Speak with so-and-so. That's what I call gaming. It's a real gamer over here. It's a Payan. Alright, I don't have time to deal with all your concerns. Just tell me what you want me to do and I'll do it. Much ado about dodos. Hey, it's a dodo. A dodo-sized sack. Some of the stuff in this game is just funny because it's just a dodo-sized sack. A large boulder the size of a small boulder. I think I saw a thing saying like, a meteor weighing as much as 44 elephants hit so-and-so. And people were like, why can't Americans just use normal descriptors for like weight or size or something? And someone's like, it would be 43,000 corgis or something. Because we're just so stubborn. 44 elephants. Yeah, it's like, just do the thing. Mind looking, okay. Oh, no, I don't want to do this. It wasn't actually 43,000 corgis, but it was... Oh god, I don't want to do this. I can abandon this one. Yes. I need to find a dodo. Nope, too late. You said it. 43,000 corgis. Each armed to the teeth. Alright. Here's your dodos. Dodo do 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 do. Here you go. Jesus. All right. How do I finish this quest? So if you can take fall damage. But if you're not in a battle, if nothing has targeted you, you will not die from it. You'll be left with 1 health at the very least. If you are in a fight, you can absolutely just fall off and die. Let's get some aphid nectar on this Althic lavender. Oh, there it is. Get him. I don't know what any of this stuff does. I don't know what any of this shit does. And I'm scared. God, I gotta watch. I think you should leave. There's so many priceless, like, skits. There's one where a guy's like, I don't know, he's basically crooked in a parking lot, and the guy behind him's like, move, don't you know how to drive? And the guy leans out, he's like, no, I don't. He's like, what? I don't know how to drive. Like, not everyone knows how to do everything, you know. And it's just like, I don't know how you would get in that situation in the first place. But also, like, I'm sure if you ask someone, don't you know how to drive? They're not, you don't expect them to actually admit that, no, they do not. Yeah, but in this instance, he was in the middle of a parking lot, behind the wheel of a car, and just not doing a very good job. So it's like, how did you even, like, what? The time to back out of this situation was before he got in the car. But yeah, he's like, I don't know what any of this shit is, and I'm scared. All right, I got a new gear. Oh, I'm not even high enough level to put it on. No wonder. Okay, almost there. Ugh, my legs. Imagine falling off of a cliff and you're fine. You're hanging on by a thread, but you can apparently just heal that damage, and you'll just be okay. Let's go. I do actually want to look at what this stuff does, because I have no idea. Ether Charge. Grants Ether Charge, increasing the potency of Ruin, Ruin 2, and Ruin 3 by 50, and Outburst by 20. Grants Ruby Arcanum. Can only be executed in combat. Okay. Summon Ruby. Summons Ruby Carbuncle and orders it to execute Glittering Ruby. Rushes the target and deals damage with a potency of 400. Grants 2 stacks of Fire Attunement. Okay. And then Gemshine. Channels the energies of your active elemental attunement to attack your enemy. Okay, this is a lot, but I think I get it. Okay. A miller with no fleece is an artist with no canvas, a poet with no words, a man with no purpose. Okay, well, here's your fleece, I guess. I'm gonna go back to town and turn in these things that I've been meaning to get done. Actually, before I do that, I'm gonna go back out to another area of the world, because I need to kill some sheep. Okay. Wait, did I already kill them all? I guess so. I don't remember killing sheep, but I'm also really not paying attention to what I've been fighting. I've just been going for whatever it tells me to do. All right. Let's go. Think you come up with the hottest glamour in the game? Eluded Ecstasy presents Keeping Up with the Club Dashians, a clubbing theme. 20 million gil in prizes. Ugh. None of that sounds appetizing to me. But you know, there's some people that do like to just dress up, basically. Oh, I'm about to hit level 8. I just need to talk to somebody here. Okay. Let's go. I see the creatures beyond the wall pose to you little threat. It's with great pleasure then that I formally recognize your initiation into the guild. From this day forward, you may proudly bear the title of Arcanist. Okay. Ooh, a hunting log. Okay. Yes. I'm losing cool parts of my gear for just generic stuff. It's an unfortunate truth. Look at these leggings. Ugh, God. Anyway. Acting Guildmaster Thibirgheim wishes to assess the improvement of your arcanium abilities. Alright. Watch carefully the behavior of your opponent. Formula. That's fine. Alright. Let's go to the Aft Castle. I do have to actually end stream soon because I gotta get dinner for my nephew and myself. But I hope you all enjoyed having a look at Final Fantasy. I would be willing to do more of these if y'all want to see more of the world. Okay. Okay. What is a new adventurer? Alright. Glory days. Here's your weird things. That's me. I could get an eye patch, but I can't actually put it on, so. Ugh. Look at me. Look what they did. Sure, no Dibney, please. Wait, why don't you like Disney? Is it because Dan plays it too? Are you tired of Dreamlight Valley? Where am I supposed to kill these lambs? Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I gotta kill more of these wharf rats. Exactly, my two streamers can't play the same thing. Okay. You have more than two streamers. I see you over there in Madam Mooney's chat. Mooney's great though, I love her. I gotta kill all these animals. Brah. I don't think Adel actually hurts them. I think it just lowers their like damage or something. Alright. Yeah, Mooney's great. Excuse me. Oh man, I hope you all didn't hear that. That was a gross burp. Jenna has not been around recently. Yeah, she's been, you know, busy working and stuff. She'll be back soon though. I might have to actually move one of my streams on Wednesday or something to another thing, another day. Because it is... I got some stuff to work on Forge. Ba 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 da da ga da ha ba ga da ga ba ha ba 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 ba. I just love that dog of wisdom. Clearly. I need to kill one more ladybug. There it is. I think I'm gonna go this way, cause oh boy. Thank you for redeeming the dog of wisdom. I love that dog so much. Oh, I gotta kill these bats. Ba ba ba. Wow! Wow! There's a sequel to that, Enid. I don't know if you've seen the original video, first of all, and I don't know if you've noticed that there's also a part 2 finally, like years later. It just came out. Thank goodness, we really needed the dog's wisdom. Die! Hey, Brone Root. Alright, I don't know what you want, but let me get some dodos. Y'all mind if I dodo? Alright. I think I can blast this fool over here. Okay. Get him. Okay, and he's dead. What are these lemurs I have to kill? Okay. Just gotta kill some monkeys or something. I don't know what the hell's... It really does look like a lemur. And I kind of feel bad for attacking him, but I have to, so... A lemma. I leveled up again. Alright, I think that's all of them. I don't know what I'm supposed to do over here, but I think we're gonna stop here. Fortunately, a little bit of a shorter stream because I started later than normal and then I ended up having to dip out. Oh, these buzzards, man, they want me to just take them all out. Okay, that's alright. We'll just get to... I guess it doesn't matter. What is that face? I'm so sobbing. I'll be back someday. What's for dinner? Tacos de asada con crema. Oh, Ash, I'm leaving. I just, yeah, I have to go get dinner for my nephew and myself. But thanks for popping in. I always appreciate seeing you. Stay tuned. I will be streaming again Wednesday probably. And then I don't know what we're gonna do after that. So let's go say hi to somebody I know. Somebody. Who are we gonna say hi to? Let's say hi to Sean. He's playing. He's messing with some retro hardware stuff. We can go say hello to him. Throw him some follows. But first, we gotta say thank you to all of our Patreons in the patron Piff Squeaks Deluxe Squad tier. Nina Neens McKee, Brittany Fiosi Campbell, Spacey Invader, Don't Bash Ash, you know, Enid, the Game's Nihilist, and Dr. Mono. Thank you guys so much for your support. It means the world to me. And if you all want to join, you can. Just go to patreon.com/playforwardgaming and support at the Piss Squeaks Deluxe Squad tier. You get roundups of my work every week. You get fancy Discord roles. You get some exclusive streams sometimes. You know, more fun stuff. So go check it out. Now we're gonna go and raid Sean in Retro. In Retro, go say hi to him. He's doing some technical looking stuff that I don't really know about, but I know he'll appreciate it. Please go say we're playing it forward. You know, just raid message. And I'll see you guys in a few days. Thank you so much for being here. Have a good one. Bye.